Good morning, guys. So I thought today I would bring to you like how I get featuring Wheatley, how I get like my study stuff together. So I'm going into my fifth class with Chamberlain. I'm getting my master's and to become a nurse practitioner, and there we go. And so I thought that I would so I've done this a few times now, and this class looks like it's gonna be, I don't know, really you kind of get in and you kind of learn and you see, but I just thought I would show you like kind of how I like get my week prepared, and if that makes sense. Now this is the first week, so I do a little bit more on the first week than I do like later in the semester, but the first week I kind of get everything lined out and I kind of get a game plan, and then I kind of get my like head on top of, like I get ahead as far as I can, and then that way the rest of the weeks I can just kind of like cruise, just smooth sailing, you know. So like I am writing in my planner, and like I do this every Monday. Every Monday I sit down with a cup of coffee. I sleep in on Monday. Monday is like my kind of like my Sunday. So I sleep in and then I just kind of wake up slowly, like nothing's really planned. I take my time getting up, like all those kinds of things. But I do like to plan out my week as best as I can. One of these days I will try to meal prep, but that will be another video, maybe another time. So yeah, I will kind of show you like what I've done so far, and then there'll be like a montage of me doing it. So first things first, this is a, oh my gosh, Erin Conrad, that's her name, calendar, and I like made this, or planner, I made this myself, and it has my name on it, but sometimes I forget to live in the moment, so I really like that, and green is my favorite color. I just think it looks really cool. So this is like this week that I'm filming this, so it's a little bit off of probably when you'll get the video, but that's okay. So basically, last Friday I had access to this new class, so I went through and I kind of like made a little to-do list of things I probably need to do this week. And then this is like what I have so far. So usually like towards the end of the week I have more chill things. I try to like put everything kind of heavy in the front, and then I just kind of, whatever's left over I'll do on Thursday and Friday. Again, featuring Wheatley. Can you get off, please? Stay. So, and I haven't actually filled out everything. I've just kind of started here, and so like on these 2 days I will work on Saturday and Sunday. So like these 2 days are usually like blocked with work. And then Thursday and Friday, I go to the chiropractor on Wednesday, and then also on Wednesday my video comes out, which I haven't put up yet. So usually what I do, because like this has the hour thing, which I was so excited about when I got this planner. But usually what I will do is I kind of try to start a little bit later, so that way I have my mornings to enjoy my time. But sometimes I'll put in like when I eat, like this day I put like when I'm eating and stuff. But then I put like this. Usually I try to study for like 2 or 3 hours at a time, but today I'm gonna do like a long period of time. I'm gonna go to a coffee shop. I do go to a coffee shop about once or twice a week. I feel like it helps me just kind of like stay focused, and like I'm there, so like all I have to do is my homework. Sometimes I feel like if I'm at home, and so that's why I have this, because that, to me, that like it's telling me that I am going to a coffee shop. That's why I write study, so then I know, okay, these are what the things I'm doing while I'm there. And then like my responses, I try to like plan out usually my initial post, which is right here. Okay, so the way the week works is Sunday night, the professor, Sunday afternoon, whatever, the professor's like, hey, week's open. So some people post their responses on Sundays. I am at work, so I don't do that. So on Mondays, I try to get my initial post got up. Our initial post usually has to be like 300 or more words. It has to have a source or two. Like, it's a pretty lengthy, It's a pretty lengthy post. And so that's usually the one that's like the hardest for me. So that's when I really try to focus on Monday. And then Tuesday and Wednesday are usually pretty chill posts. Our student response is like just a response. It has to be 150 words. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I agree. Have you ever thought of this? Or it's usually like more like that, if that makes sense. Like just relaxed, I guess. And then our discussion, our response to our professor, because like usually our professor will like pose a question, or, oh, well, what about this? Or how would you do it with this? And you have to find a source to back up like your response to your professor. So usually on Tuesday, like I'll do my student response and post it, and then I usually start on my professor response, and I try to find a source to it, or, you know, like whatever I can to get ahead. And then usually I'm done for the week, so then Thursday and Friday I'll do something to get ahead, like in the next week. Maybe I'll start on my discussion response or an assignment that might be coming up or something like that. So yeah, that's just how it goes. And I like I was saying before, at coffee shops, I just feel like, you know, when you're home, like I think of the laundry I need to be doing, I think of the dishes I need to do, I think of, oh, I could vacuum, I could do this, I could do that, or oh, I could do that, and sometimes David's here and he's like playing a game or something, and I'm like, I want to watch you, or I want to play, or so going to a coffee shop is my way. That was a bad angle. Is my way of like, okay, this is the time I'm here to study, this is what I'm doing right now. So yeah, it kind of sucks because it's like $5 every time I go, but it's really good coffee, so I really can't complain. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see like I post in my stories there a lot. But yeah, so I'm gonna finish planning for this morning and finish drinking my coffee, and then I'm gonna like kind of do my day. I'll probably take you to my coffee shop time with me today, and then I'll just kind of show you guys like the rest of my week. write down all the due dates of when things are due in my planner. I write it in my monthly view, but also my weekly view, just to make sure I'm meeting my deadlines and everything. I like to write this in pink. I don't really like the color red, so I feel like pink, it stands out. So therefore I know, hey, I need to get this done. And I think pink is kind of pretty. Hey guys, so I have to give a presentation on myself and the scope of practice for nurse practitioners in Indiana. So I thought I would kind of do it real quick and let you kind of see in on it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Get my little. So what I do is I take my slides. Oh, hold on. Wheelie pushed, yeah. I take my slides and I fold them in half, and then I have my notes section that I can read from. It's pretty clever, if you ask me. Okay. And then too, whenever like I'm reading, you can kind of tell that I'm reading, but like, I don't know, you can't. It looks kind of like I'm looking at my slides. So, win-win. Okay. Hi, my name is Sarah Smith, and I am presenting my presentation on the introduction of myself and the scope of practice for nurse practitioners in Indiana. So, I currently live in southern Indiana with my husband and my dog. I was an aide before I was a nurse on an ortho floor, and while I was in school to get my BSN. Once I graduated, I decided I wanted to work on a floor that would keep most of my skills up from school. So I decided to take a job on a floor called medical telemetry at a local hospital. Here we get a wide variety of patients, sometimes Hi, my name is Sarah Smith, and I am presenting to you my introduction post as well as the scope of practice for nurse practitioners in the state of Indiana. I currently live in southern Indiana with my husband and my dog, and before I started my nursing career, I was an aide on an orthopedic floor while I was in school to get my BSN. Once I got my BSN, I decided I wanted to work on a floor that would keep my skills up from school. So I decided to take a job on a floor called medical telemetry here at a local hospital. Here on this floor, we get a wide variety of patients, but we mostly specialize in cardiac and renal patients. Usually our patient population is contains heart failure patients and dialysis patients. My whole career so far for nursing has been on this floor, and I've been a nurse now for 2.5 years. I enjoy reading and cooking, as well as being outside with my husband and my dog. We go on a lot of walks, and we go on hikes and all kinds of different things together. We also play a lot of video games together. When I actually do have free time between work and school, I really do try to spend as much time as possible with my husband and my dog, just so that way they don't feel like they're getting neglected. In the scope of practice of Indiana,